something I've been saying for years now is that if it matters to you, you will make time. And now, having a second child, having a newborn in the house again, this saying means a whole lot right now. It is resurfaced for me. If it matters to you, you will make time. And a lot of the content I've been promoting around this or using as an example is around fitness, training, health. Like if your diet matters to you, you will make time for it. If fitness and staying in shape matters to you, you will make time for it. If spending time with your family matters to you, you will make time for it. If your work matters to you, you will make time for it. It can be applied to all these different things. The question we have to ask ourselves is what actually matters to us? Everything can't matter. If everything matters, nothing matters. And we don't have time. We don't have enough time for everything to matter. So as life responsibilities get crazier and they increase, like right now, my life responsibilities have just increased over the last 2 weeks because there's a newborn in the house. There's new ways I have to support my wife. There's new ways I have to support my daughter, Charlie. There's new ways that I have to support this new baby in the house. What matters to me? Like, where am I spending my time? And if it matters to me, I will make time for it. So when life gets crazy and there's a transition and you get thrown into this new season or this new chapter and your responsibilities increase, the demand for your time increases, your obligations are more demanding, you have to take audit and accountability of what actually matters. And this is what I do personally. Nico was born, which disrupted our life in the best way possible. But it's up to us to really be intentional of where we spend our time and energy. So it's literally making a list. All right, what actually matters to me? Well, my family matters and spending time with my family, spending time with my wife, my daughter, and now my son. My work matters to me, building BPN, showing up for and as the leader in this business at the capacity that I want and need to be. And my health and fitness matters to me. Those three things matter to me. So I'm going to make time for those three things. Now, there are certain things that I would like to make time for, but they're not going to fit into those three things. So they actually don't matter to me anymore. I love going downtown Austin and running Town Lake Loop on a Saturday morning. But it doesn't matter that much to me because it's a 30-minute drive to and from, and I just don't have that time to take away from my family, my wife, my kids. So running downtown on a Saturday morning doesn't really matter to me anymore. It used to, but it doesn't anymore. There's things that you can spend your time, your money, your energy on that might used to matter to you, but as your responsibilities evolve and change and increase, the things that used to matter might not matter anymore. And that's completely okay. But you have to be honest with yourself. What actually matters to me? And then commit to that's where I'm going to spend time. If it matters to you, you will make time. And something that I was thinking about right after Nico was born is that you have to make the time instead of trying to find the time. I can't reinforce that enough. That might just sound like words, but let me break down and explain it. If it matters to you, you will make the time. But there's a difference between making time and finding time. Making time requires forward thinking and backwards planning. So, okay, here's what matters to me. Here's what the next week looks like. I need to make time for the things that matter to me. So that means I'm going to look into that 7-day forecast. I'm going to write down all the things I have on each day. I'm going to create a timeline. And that's going to tell me, by backwards planning, where I can make time to fit in my work. Where can I make time to fit in my meal prep? Where can I make time to fit in my training? Where can I make time to be with my family and not thinking about anything else other than being with my family? We're forward thinking and being proactive and then backwards planning to allocate time for these certain things. Now, it doesn't have to be so rigid where like your calendar says from 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., I am blah, 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 blah. From 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., I am blah, 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 blah. From 9 to 10, so on and so forth. It doesn't have to be like that. But you can time block certain things and you can plan appropriately to make sure that you are getting done the things that actually matter to you. That's making time. Forward thinking, backwards planning, having a strategy, and then executing. Finding time is being reactive. Finding time is laying in bed the night before, thinking of all the things you have to get done the next day, not making a plan, not being proactive, not setting an alarm, waking up whenever, and then you start blocking and tackling certain tasks and responsibilities that have to get done. And before you know it, it's 10:30 p.m. You didn't prep any of your food. You did a half-assed job at work. You didn't work out, and you kind of spent some time with the family, but it is what it is. You just couldn't find the time. Well, you couldn't find the time because you didn't make the time. There's a difference between making time and finding time. And it's being proactive. That's how we continue to create and leave legacy. People are going to remember, and when I say people, the people that really do matter to us, our closest friends and family, maybe coworkers, maybe partners, spouses. Those people who are really important to us in our life, they're going to remember not necessarily what we bought them, what we gifted them, where we sent them. They're going to remember the time we spent with them. And they're going to remember if we prioritized that time. My kids are going to know over the next couple of years and decades, they're going to know what mattered to me. I might not even have to tell them what mattered to me, but they're going to know based off of my schedule and where I was at, when I was present, what I was doing with them, how I showed up in the home, the values that I instilled, the purpose that I had behind my work and my family. They're going to know what mattered to me, even if I don't tell them. And that's how they're going to remember me. That's the legacy that I'm leaving.